everybody. How are you? Welcome to our Tuesday morning business growth insights, everybody. Just going to wait for a couple of people to log on and join us in the live. And I'm just going to, while I'm doing that, I'm going to check that I am live in all the right places because that's really important, isn't it? I hope you're having a fantastic week so far, everybody. I know I'm having an absolute ball. Isn't it good when you love what you do? Isn't it fantastic when we're in business and, we've created something for ourselves that we absolutely love and you can't wait to get out of bed in the morning? Now, I can see that I'm live, which is fantastic, but I can't see the live. I'm just making sure. Here we go. I can see all your comments. All right, guys. If you are jumping on live, say good day, like Alicia. Hello, lovely lady. How are you, gorgeous? And if you are watching the replay, feel free to pop hashtag replay in the comments so I can come back and say good day to you. Great. I can see we've got several people watching again. Say good day, guys. Right. For those of you, before I get on with today's training, if you aren't sure who I am, my name is Ali Sugars and I am the founder and the principal of the Heart and Soul Business Academy, where we have a real passion for helping you build, grow and scale your business to the next level. And we focus on four main pillars. We focus on mindset, which is the most important thing in business. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit today. Motivation. Again, we all need motivation to keep going, right? Marketing and momentum. So there are four main pillars. Wow, we've got lots of people. Hey, Janelle, how you going? Hey, Lucia, how are you going, darling? My beautiful VA, Palm May, how are you, gorgeous girl? All right, guys. So I've got I love this training so much. This is probably the best thing that I love sharing. Now, a lot of people are going to think, you're weird, Ali. Why do you like sharing this particular topic so much? Now, before I tell you, I want to tell you the 5 things that I wish that I knew before I started my business. Now, guys, I've been running businesses for 30 years, right? All kinds of different businesses, but it's changed significantly over those 30 years. So I'm talking about, when I say this, I have really come and I had massive awakening when I started back in business after, taking a 10-year break. I went back to an old day job, right? Took a 10-year break. And I really discovered a lot of mistakes that I had been making all of those years, and also some mistakes, given how the times have changed, some mistakes that I was making at the time. So I want to share with you these mistakes, because if I can help you guys to avoid making the mistakes, and you know what, if you've already made them, welcome to the club. But if I can help you save time, if I can help you save the heartache, as the frustration, all of that type of stuff, well, this is what I want to help you with today. Because trust me, guys, in that 30 years of business, and especially in the last few years, I'm not ashamed to say I've made all the mistakes. I reckon just about every single one. I'm sure there's more to come. We all learn as we go. And the thing is, I used to be really ashamed of myself when I made a mistake. Okay. And really, honestly, guys, I used to want to go and hide under a rock when I made them. Sometimes that feeling comes back. But when I take you through these mistakes and how I've overcome them today, I'm hoping that you will grab a really clear understanding of how to bring yourself back from that feeling. Okay. Who's with me? Who's ready to go? Tell me if you're ready to go. Go, hell yeah, if you're ready to go. All righty, everybody. So the first mistake that I made was not developing a healthy mindset. Now, I told you about those 4 pillars, right? Mindset, motivation, marketing, momentum. Mindset, guys, has to come first every single time. Now, when I came back from my day job back into business, if those of you who aren't sure of the circumstances, I was, in a sense, forced to resign from that position. I had been sexually harassed with the boss, from the boss. There was a lot of bullying, all sorts of, it was a very toxic workplace. It was all sorts of horrible stuff was going on, and I was forced to resign. Now, because of that situation, ended up with acute anxiety, depression, and PTSD, which all of that combined really led me to have this complete mental breakdown. And that is, honest to God, what I had, like a mental breakdown. Like I could not, I can't even tell you how bad it was. I could barely move off the couch, barely get from my bed to the couch during the day, and then couldn't get off the couch. But at the same time, I decided that I was going to start a business because I had to replace my income. Now, at that time, I didn't have the thought in my head that I wanted to help other people. It was just replacing my income. But what I realized after a while was that I needed to have that healthy mindset. Because, guys, this is something that I think it's coming more to the forefront now. It's getting a lot of recognition, which is great ever since COVID happened, all right? This kind of got shoved in our faces a little bit. But, guys, mental health is just as important as physical health, right? Yes, it's good to get up and move. Yes, it's good to go for a jog. Yes, it's great to eat healthy. But, guys, sometimes we forget that it all works together. You feel healthy here in your body, you feel healthy up here. You feel healthy here in your spirit, you feel healthy up here. When you feel healthy up here mentally, you feel healthy in your body. Okay, you're more, you encourage your body, you encourage yourself to eat healthy and do all the things, right? So mental health, and I love that it's coming more to the forefront these days. But mental health in business is so important. And to be in business, right, this is the thing. When we decide that we're going to be in business, and this is the thing that I didn't realize at the time, we have to put ourselves out there. We are the face of our business. And so to be able to be the face of our business, we have to have mental strength. And with that mental strength, when we concentrate on that mental strength, it will bring you confidence. And confidence is something that, a lot of us have to be developed. I was watching, I was watching the replay of The Voice last night, Sunday night's The Voice. And there was a battle, right, between two particular singers, and both of them were struggling with their confidence. And my goodness, when I watched these two singers go out and they just belted out a tune, right? The confidence that they displayed was incredible. But then what happened after the battle was the lady that got chosen to go through, she bawled her eyes out. And it gets me, because I just go, yeah, I understand that, Sometimes, and here's the thing, guys, here's a little secret. Sometimes, people say to me, you're so confident all the time, every time you show up live, guys. I work hard to be confident in here and to show up confidently. I don't always feel that confidence, but I know that I have to be the face of my business and show up confidently, even if I don't always feel like it. Okay, so this is how you can do that when you work on your mental strength, your mental wellness. And when you do these things, right, I'll say we, I'm not going to say you, say we need to believe that we're awesome. Have that positive self-belief, have that positive self-esteem. To be able to say, look into the mirror and say, I love you. To yourself, look yourself in the eye and say, I love you. If you haven't practiced that, go and do it today. After this, straight after this, go to the mirror and say, look yourself dead in the eye and tell yourself, I love you. If you struggle to do that, then the mindset work is where you need to start, to believe that you can show up confidently, positively, and be the face of your business. Now, the second mistake I made, first of all, before I go on to this, let's say, tell me in the comments, who of you feel that you need to work on your mindset? Say mindset in the comments if that's you. Now, going on to the second mistake I made. not having a plan to follow. And this is what I call flying by the seat of your pants, just showing up every day and playing a guessing game as to what you need to do, right? So I didn't have a milestone, right? I didn't have anything specific that I was working towards. I kind of knew, like I said to you before, I wanted to replace my income. That initially was the reason I came back into business. Then I realized that I kind of I had to have something to work towards. When I didn't have that thing to work towards, I was showing up, I was floundering. It was when things didn't work, it was like, well, what's the point? It was like, well, what am I actually working towards? And what actually happened was I ended up going back to try there was two part-time jobs, because in my mind, I was struggling with my mindset, but I didn't have a plan to follow. And I was really like, well, what's the point? I'll just go back to a day job. So I tried 2 more day jobs. They were part-time. They were in a similar environment to what I'd left. You know what, guys? Didn't work. I quit those jobs because the anxiety came back. When I came back, it's funny, excuse me, I've got a funny throat today. When I came back into business, I made a decision. Right, I'm going to do this thing. And what am I going to work towards? This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to make it happen. So not only did I have to really think about where I wanted to go, what my ultimate dream, what my ultimate desire and ultimate vision was, I had to work out the milestones that I had to achieve to get there, right? And this is what I have found. When you understand those milestones, hey, Lainey, how are you? Hey, Sandy, lovely to see you both. When you understand those milestones that you need to achieve, milestones, goals, same things. When you put a plan together and when you action that plan and then you achieve things, my God, the sense of achievement that you get when you do achieve your goals. This is how it all works together, because that sense of achievement gives you good mental health. Right, I've done it. Yes, I'm so good. I'm so clever. Man, I did that. I'm so proud of myself, right? And it keeps us going. Especially this type of feeling is also what helps us keep going on our down days, on our not so successful business days, right? Because we're all going to have those up days, we're going to have those great days of sales, we're going to have those days where the sales aren't wonderful or something happens, we get asked for a refund or things like that, okay? But to be able to look back at our successes, at our achievements, we can then concentrate on them and celebrate them. So that sense of achievement really, really helps with the mindset and the motivation side of it too. Establish a clear business plan that outlines objectives, strategies, and timelines. Absolutely, Parme. That is so, so, so important. And also, while you do all this, when you're setting up your business plan, when you're setting up your goals and you're actioning it, while you're setting it up, it will help you have a better understanding of your business, right? When you take the time to sit down, when you take the time to create a plan, what's going to happen is a lot of other questions are going to surface. They're going to come to the surface around exactly what you're looking to achieve and why you're looking to achieve it. So what it does is, by putting this plan of action together, it helps you go much deeper into that business model. And so that in itself can only be a win-win. Now, if you don't have a business plan, you need the Heart and Soul Business Academy, guys, because we help you with the business plan. Now, the third mistake that I made was waiting until everything was perfect and never launching. Guys, I sat there, and this is within the 2 years I sat there waiting to launch. I was telling people that I was in business. but I wasn't really, because I wasn't doing anything. I was waiting until everything was perfect. I was waiting until I lost enough weight, until I looked until I found the right clothes to wear, until I had enough experience. What else was I waiting for? I was waiting, all of that stuff until I had a website. I was waiting until I had a website. Okay. And that was the 2 years when I went and tried those 2 jobs. But I was never launching. I was waiting until everything was perfect. So guys, don't wait, because the honest to God truth is nothing's ever going to be perfect. So why wait? Who's heard of the term perfectly imperfect? Right? It's been around for a while. I've used it a lot. Perfectly imperfect. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. That's all I can say. This is how it is. And all the boxes are ticked never happens. That's where it doesn't. You can have a little list and you can tick those boxes, but then trust me, you're going to tick those boxes, which is fantastic, which is helping you with your mindset and your motivation, but then you're going to think of other boxes to tick. So that's right, Sandy. All the boxes ticked will never happen, because there'll always be more boxes to tick. But that's not a bad thing. That means your business and you are growing. And here's the thing, guys. People don't care as much about perfection in our business as we believe they do. Some do, right? But very few. I honestly, what was I? I've lost my train of thought. I've got so much in my brain today. I can't get it all out. Anyway, I'll go to the next thing. Surely it will come back. Okay. Mistakes, right? We're talking about mistakes. All mistakes, all imperfections, they can be corrected as much as possible. Okay. All imperfections can be improved. This is why when we make mistakes, they're going to happen. Right. So we learn from them. We move on. We learn. And most can. Some can't, but most can, right? But here's the thing, waiting for everything to be perfect, right? If I had waited for everything to be perfect for the Heart and Soul Business Academy to launch, it still wouldn't be launched. Because, guys, I've been running this for 2.5 years now, and it's still not perfect. It's a hell of a lot better than it was when I started, okay? I'm not going to lie, it has. Over the 2.5 years, the Heart and Soul Business Academy has developed, and it is still developing. I'm still learning. I'm still adding to it. But if I had waited for perfection, it still would not be launched. And that would be a tragedy, because over the past 2.5 years, I've helped a bunch of businesses to have incredible success. If I had waited until my business was perfect, I still wouldn't have hired my beautiful virtual assistant, Parme, because it would have been, I've got to make sure that, I've got enough clients. I've got to make sure that everything's perfect, that everything's set up so she can work with us. I'm so glad that I didn't wait until everything was perfect, because we've set up our systems together. Parme has literally been there with me from the start and been building the Heart and Soul Business Academy with me, right? Still making mistakes is never ending how you grow. That's right. It's exactly how you'll grow. So don't fear the mistakes, guys. Don't fear imperfection. Perfectly imperfect. Number 4, and this is a big one for me especially, I tried to do it all alone for quite a while, or I had this belief that I had to do it all alone. The belief essentially was that I'm good. I've been in business for 30 years. I know what I'm doing. I don't need help from anybody else. I've got this. That was what it was. The other belief was sole trader, right? In Australia, we have something, when you come into business, you work for yourself, you're generally a sole trader. So I thought sole trader means alone, doing it all by myself. That's what I thought. That was my mindset. But guys, you don't have to. Network, network, network. And when I started to, even in my anxiety, right, I had massive social anxiety, and I still do, but I know how to work with it, right? Network. Surround yourself with like-minded people. people that are going to help you grow, people who can learn alongside you, people who are going to lift you up, people who are going to challenge you when they know that you need it, right? You might, when you go into those networking meetings, whether it's online, whether it's in person, it doesn't matter. You might not always necessarily pick up clients from those network meetings, but you never know who you're going to meet, right? I have met so many people through networking events, and right, who a lot of them who have become firm friends, right? But not only firm friends, more supportive business colleagues as well. Most of you, I think a lot of you know who watch these trainings, you'll know it. Susie Manley is one of my best friends. She is also a person that I met in her networking group. And we have had many, many, many collaborations. And I have no doubt that with Susie, because we are so aligned, we will have many more collaborations. Another person is someone who has been my mentor, a lady called Jane. Now, Jane mentored me all of last year. And, she not only did she mentor me, but we've had collaborations. I have done a lot of training for the company that she works for as well. So there's a collaboration done there. And I've done a bit of training, and people, toot my own horn here a bit, people who have attended those trainings have loved them. So this is what I'm saying. Network, guys. Let people know you. Put yourself out there. Don't just stick to social media, but go to actual events as well. Show your face. Don't, especially if you are going online, don't go to a network session and keep your camera off. It's not going to do you any favors, right? Don't go to a network session and go, I'm sorry, I haven't put makeup on today, or I'm feeling sick, I'm not looking very good. Guys, if you went to an in-person networking session and you had a cold, you would go however you looked. You would put your makeup on, you would dress up, you would do whatever it took to get in that door, right? If you're going to go to a digital or to an online networking session, show your face. You're not going to connect with anybody if you don't show who you are, if you don't show up. So be brave. It doesn't matter. Put your camera on. And in fact, let me just quickly tell you a funny story. There was one networking session I did where there was a lady on camera, and she was all for being on camera, but everyone started laughing and I didn't know why. Next thing, I looked down and there's her husband walking behind her in just his jocks, and she's turning around going, no, get out. And everyone's laughing their heads off. She was so embarrassed. But you know what we all said? Don't worry about it. That's real life. That's what happens. Anyway, thankfully that hasn't happened again lately. So don't ignore advice from others who've been before you, guys, right? People who have been before you and are successful, they are where they are for a reason. So you might not always agree with their advice, but listen to it anyway. Glean what you can, learn what you can from these people, right? And even better, if something resonates for you, then really take it on board and implement it, right? I had a lady a few years ago, while I was in that anxiety space, tell me that my branding and my messaging was really weak. Now, in that anxiety and that depression, I took that to heart, and I let it affect me for ages. But when I stood back and I looked at it objectively, I went, okay, you know what? She has a point. So, I went and got training. I learned how to brand myself properly. I learned how to create my message properly, because I looked at her and I thought, as much as what she said hurt, it was true, right? So they're experts for a reason. So use them, right? There's a reason that the business coaching world is growing at a rapid rate every year, especially since COVID, but it was growing before that. Okay. Small businesses, startups, they're opening up everywhere. People are wanting to work for themselves more and more. And so those people, they need help. So some people are going to come with a bit of knowledge. Some people are going to come with a fair bit of previous knowledge. Some people are going to come with no knowledge on how to start and run a business. Okay. They've got a dream and they want to make it happen. They don't know how. either way, the industry of business coaching is the business industry is constantly changing, and small business owners need help. I'm a small business owner. I need help, right? I can't do it all alone. I don't have to. And this was the biggest thing that I avoided in my business. I avoided getting help. I said, like I said, now I'm going to do this all alone, right? Thinking I could do it all alone. And so I was trying to grab all the free stuff. I was grabbing a freebie on how to do social media, a freebie on how to do sales, a freebie on how to design your Canva, a freebie on finances, all like freebies everywhere. And I was only a little piece of each of that puzzle, of each of those businesses' puzzles. And I was trying to put them together, 4 different puzzle pieces from 4 different puzzles, and they were never going to fit. And guys, it wasn't when I hired my first coach, that was when my business took off, because no longer did I have to do it myself. And also what I was doing was I had her complete puzzle. And so I was following that puzzle. And that was really important. Okay. So she was an expert. She still is. She runs a multi-million-dollar business, right? I'm not there yet. I will be. But, I don't have to do it alone now. And so I've had a couple of other coaches since that, couple of other mentors since that. But I will never, ever again in my business be without a mentor. As I grow, I will change mentors. But I'll never be without a coach or a mentor, because I know how important it is. Another thing, the last thing I didn't do was I didn't set clear boundaries, right? I was getting up at all hours of the night. I was working pretty much 24/7, or 13 hours a week for 7 days a week. That's exhausting. As well as getting up in the middle of the night to attend freebies, free webinars, free trainings. I was working long hours. I was working every day over the weekends, and I burnt out very, very quickly. This was even after I had hired that coach. I did not listen to her, and she was saying, set boundaries, set your work times, all of that. I didn't listen to her. I was like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to work until it happens. And I burnt out, and I had to take, and I started losing sales. I had to take a good couple of months off because I was burnt out. And then guess what? I had to go right back and start again. So business, guys, I have to remind you, is not working 24/7. No boundaries. Also, with no boundaries, you run the risk of getting taken advantage of, right? And I've had that too. 100% I've been taken advantage of. I've had times when, someone has asked me to do work for her for free. This was right back at the beginning, right? And she promised me that she would return in kind with the world and connect me with people, and none of that ever happened. And so I kind of shut that down. I went, no, I can't do that anymore. There was another collaboration that I started where, there was several of us people working in this business together, and I was the only one doing any work. And I went, no, that's enough. Boundaries. I'm done, right? So I have had instances where I've been taken advantage of. There's been a few others as I've gone along, but I'm learning now to, when people say, do you want to collaborate or do you want to do this? I go, sorry, it's not for me. Or yes, it is for me, but on these terms type thing. Okay. So boundaries, guys, are necessary to keep your energy, right? You know your energy. You know what you can cope with better than anyone. For me, I do my work, and Pam and I were talking about this morning. We do our best work in the morning, both of us. So we know that after a certain time of day, we need to switch off completely, or I do, right? So people will notice that at nighttime, I very rarely answer messages. If I get a Facebook message at night, I won't answer it until the next morning. If I get a Facebook message over the weekend, I won't answer it until Monday, because I'm off. I'm taking time off. This is time for me, because that's my boundaries. I also know that because of the ways I've allowed myself to be taken advantage of in the past, this is why I have firm boundaries now. So I no longer do coaching for free, right? This is for my sake and for the client's sake as well. So let's quickly remind ourselves, guys, right, of the 5 mistakes that I've made that you can avoid making. Not developing a healthy mindset. Not having a plan to follow. So we need to create a plan. Waiting until everything was perfect. Remember, it never is. Trying to believe that I had to do it all alone. None of you do. And I didn't set clear boundaries. So those are mistakes that I have made. And if you've made them, like I've said, don't be ashamed because, I'm sure that even, the big wigs up there like Tony Robbins and Mel Robbins and, Dean, whatever his name is, they've all made them, right? Oprah, she's made mistakes too. But if you want to really know and go deep into how to deeply overcome these mistakes, and you want to have that incredible business success, if you want to have that full puzzle, right, that's going to help your business succeed, come and have a chat to me about the Heart and Soul Business Academy, guys. It's easy to access. There's heaps more content in there. Like I said, I'm adding it to it all the time because it's still perfectly imperfect. We're updating the strategies all the time. Comment Academy in the comments below, and we'll get in touch with you just to jump on a Zoom call with me, have an informal chat. I want to hear about you and your business. It's not about me. It's about how we can work together to help you succeed in your business. So pop Academy in the comments. Would love to have a chat with you guys. Now, also a reminder that everyone who joins the Heart and Soul Business Academy, I'm so proud that every time someone joins, we donate 5% of all proceeds to Rise Up Australia, which is a charity that helps people who are experiencing family and domestic violence. That is my history. So I love the fact that I can do that, and I've got a little note. I've got to do a donation very soon because we've had a few people join the academy recently, and I'm so happy that I can now do my very first donation to Rise Up Australia. So I'm excited. Hello, Claire. Oh, you know what, darling? You can go and watch the replay. You're probably on different time. Anyway. Thanks, guys, for joining me today. Again, if you want to have a chat about the Heart and Soul Business Academy, pop Academy in the comments. We'll be in touch. Don't forget, if you've made these mistakes already, doesn't matter, right? We've all made them. You can overcome them. Now you know how. All right, beautiful people. Love your guts, everybody. I will see you again next week, and have a fantastic rest of your day. All right, bye, everyone. See ya.